Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Baby Show, episode 167. I am B.
I'm Chick.
And let me tell you guys something. We got a real special guest in the building tonight. We got a real special guest. Give it up for comedian Nick Tardo.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
There he is.
Happy to be here. First appearance on the Adult Babies.
That's
and
right.
So far, very comfy couch.
It is
Great,
a comfortable
Is it
couch.
because
it's
Very
almost
comfortable.
too comfortable?
Yeah,
See,
it's a very nice
I-
couch.
It's too much of a lean backer. Like I can't.
I don't
sit
mind
about
this.
face in
Yeah,
this. Like,
I don't.
Right.
This
ready to rock.
isn't. This isn't a great sports couch,
No, it's not.
but it's a good, just overall general couch. Like, because this you kind of get sunk in the back. Like if you're watching sports, you're really into it. You want to be at the edge.
Yeah, that's
you want
what-
to.
yeah, you know,
this
this
is
is
kind
not
of just
edge
like
of the
this is.
seat.
After dinner at
hours,
grandma's
yeah,
house,
and you wanna, like,
and you just
relax.
want to, and you're full of
That is what that-
lasagna.
You know what this couch was? It used to be my bed. I used to pull it out, and it would have
it's
an
a
air.
pull-out.
It would have an air mattress in it. Yeah.
Is that
And-
why
What,
it has
a pull-out
lot
of air
a
mattress?
A lot of pushing on this.
No, because what happened was when I moved into this apartment, I took the air mattress out so it would be easier to get in.
So there's nothing.
So
like,
that
supporting
so now
this.
you sink in it. So it wasn't a great
It pulls
move.
out into an air mattress.
It
I've
was
never
fantastic.
seen that.
You would pull it out and attached to it was this little
like hole that has a
Yeah.
pump that you put into it.
yeah. It was kind of
What?
embarrassing because sometimes that was when I was I'll be honest, I took some women home those days.
There you go.
This is a while ago.
You
And
want to come bang on my air mattress?
and I would be like, I just gotta blow this up real fast, and you go.
could you keep it pumped like?
I did sometimes,
But
but
like, did it like? Could you like take it out thinking it's pumped and then boom, it's just, like deflated?
I never had that issue. I never had that issue.
Was
but
that your primary sleeping device?
yes, yeah.
Wow.
It was a studio apartment in Long Beach.
The-
I had not a lot of room.
I don't even remember you living
I'm
in
actually
Long Beach.
confused. I'm not so much confused. I'm like, because I was having this conversation the other day how much pull-out couches suck. Like the pull-out
Yeah,
bed
do. They're not good.
is
They're not great.
atrocious.
And-
that metal bar is
I was
brutal.
just gonna say, there's
It's-
no avoiding that
yeah,
metal bar.
there is times where I've just chose the floor
Well,
or just keep
The
it
regular
in couch.
couch.
Yeah, a regular
I agree.
couch.
I agree with all these.
But the air mattress seems like a great solution to that.
air mattress eliminates the bar.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
no
I'm saying.
bar.
That's why I'm like, I've never
There's
heard
no metal
of
bar
this.
underneath that you could
But
feel.
was that a design or is that something that you put into? Like, was that supposed to be?
Yeah, I bought it like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure plenty of people who've slept on
How
a.
did they never figure out how to avoid the bar?
Yeah,
There
that's what I'm
has to
saying.
be a way
I don't know
to
how
avoid-
this is the first time I'm hearing of this
They did.
inflatable.
They
yeah, the
figured it
inflatable
out.
mattress.
without an air mattress, with a regular mattress, because those mattresses weren't necessarily
They
terrible.
were terrible
Yeah.
mattresses.
I'm not saying they were good, but they weren't like unbearable. It was the fact that you always had a bar in the middle of your
No,
back.
the mattresses weren't good because the mattresses had to be
The
folded.
bend, yes, but they weren't they weren't unbearable. It was the bar that made them unbearable.
But the reason why the bar was there is because the mattress was had to be so thin that they had to fold it back in.
Can't they eliminate the bar?
No,
I
because
forget
then
then
you
you'd
would
sink right through.
You'd
You'd
sink.
fall right through. You need something, but
This is
But
common
you can't
mechanics.
Put like a bendable I don't know, something else to support.
what
it.
about a band?
That's what I'm saying.
How about a
like,
band?
A band sounds great, but they figured it out
elastic
with an air
band?
mattress.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That
yeah,
that was the progression.
Yeah, I'm
I just
surprised
think-
that hasn't caught on more.
Have
I'm
you
really
ever?
surprised.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever said, "Oh God, I can't wait to sleep on this air mattress"?
Like sleeping on a cloud.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not a
It's
Blown
like
water
up
taking
bed.
poison, a
Yeah.
fucking air mattress that has zero
I know.
give,
It was
or a fucking bar.
right. It wasn't great, and maybe this is. I got that. That was going back a few years, so maybe there's something new now. But back then, it was where the air mattress is where.
Like I would probably choose that recliner over both of those options.
Yeah, but you could. You're a guy that could sleep like sitting down, right? You fall asleep a lot, I'd imagine, just being there.
Not a lot, but if I'm just smoking, yes, I could go into a pot nap, but it's never a good sleep. It's not how I choose to sleep.
Right. Okay. All right.
I fell asleep halfway out of a car. You remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like
used
you
to.
forgot.
So you don't know Chick, but he
No.
He used to. I don't. I guess you still do, right? He used to.
Not really, but
He hangs out in his car. He lives with his
I
parents.
hang out in my car, but nowhere near as much.
He lives with his parents. So what he would do is he would watch his iPad in the driveway in his car.
With the car off or on?
Both.
Okay.
And he would smoke all night, and then
Because I'm a
sometimes
chain smoking asshole with cigarettes and weed.
sometimes
Gotcha.
he would just fall asleep, and like so like one morning, like at 4 a.m, he woke up like this idiot tried to get out and like go to his bed. And then fell asleep with 1 foot out of his car door.
Oh my god!
Like this is the kind of person that we're dealing with.
This is the kind of person.
Yes,
half
that's not a
in,
normal
half
person.
out,
Yeah.
with the door open. Just
Yeah.
That was because I was just so shot and I
How
passed
shot
out.
do you have to be to make one? Like, if you're making the step out, like
That was one of those where I was probably already like half gone when I decided
that
to make
seems like
that
a
move.
sleepwalk maneuver.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
Yeah.
like a conscious decision.
even his body is too lazy
you didn't
to
wake
sleepwalk.
up like you obviously have no recollection of
Not
doing this. You just
necessarily.
woke up in this compromised position, half in, half out,
Compromised position.
with the door open. Right? The
I'm
door
just
is
so
open.
happy I didn't wake up at like 8 a.m. where everybody's waking up and
I
going
wish-
about their days and just seeing me.
I would love it if your parents came out.
Or
and saw
neighbors.
You're 1 foot outside of it. I'm like, oh my
Like,
god,
what
he's
the
dead.
fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, that's that. You know that's him in a handful right
nutshell.
there.
You know, nothing wrong with that. I mean, I see
Yeah.
no harm
Thank
in
you,
that,
Nick.
really.
But I do want to talk before we really get into Nick's comedy career.
Yeah.
I want to say that we talked about me maybe having cancer last episode.
Yes, clear that up for you. Do you have cancer?
Here we go.
No, I do not.
Wow.
Nice.
What do you have?
So I
because
have-
it's definitely something.
I have polyps.
Polyps.
On my
Polyps.
throat, on my
Ah.
voice box.
What is a polyp exactly?
They're like these little circular.
It's a growth.
It's a growth.
Is it a growth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
They're
kind of
so
just said that.
small that like if I don't need surgery to get them removed yet, I have to try and rest my voice and certain things I shouldn't be eating with it.
What
and
shouldn't you be eating?
I gotta quit cigarettes. And he laughs.
Okay.
But I just gotta treat my body better, my throat specifically.
Well, I can see you working on it.
What? I told my doctor, I said, listen, I'm not ready to quit pot yet. He goes, no, you don't have to quit pot. I said, all right, good. He goes, I wouldn't ask you to do it either way because I wouldn't ask somebody to quit like too many things at once.
Right. So what are you going to quit first?
What do you mean first? I'm only
said
going to quit
he's-
cigarettes.
Okay, so it's
Okay,
only
there we go.
cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Have you ever tried quitting cigarettes before?
Yeah, I've had like a year.
We're on
I've had
episode 160 something, and he's quit like 3 times and
but I
failed.
haven't really quit on here. But I quit 13
Yes, you
months
have.
when I was before we started the show. I quit
Right.
for a full year, and then the Giants won the Super Bowl, and I bought a pack of cigarettes.
That's all it takes. That's all
That's
it takes.
all it takes is a great.
But
moment.
that is
But I was
kind of
like, oh,
worth
I
it.
could
though.
have, I could smoke,
Yeah,
and I'll be
yeah.
fine. And then it was like, by the end of the week, I was buying more packs.
Yeah. Well, that's just the way you go.
But
With-
he said they actually they shoved this camera in through my nose and they jam it down into my throat
right.
to where your voice box is, and he asked you to perform these like. He ha 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 he and like do all these different and do all
my
these different
God.
types of sounds
Okay.
with your voice so you could hit like he wants to see what you can and cannot do and why there's an issue.
Gotcha.
So these polyps and like and everything being inflamed in my voice box just being inflamed. He actually showed me a picture and he showed me a healthy one, and then he showed me mine, and mine just so swollen compared to like a healthy one. But it he was like showing me, and like you could hear me going through the sounds because
You could hear.
well, he was playing it on like a video for me. I got to take 2 still pictures. I should have took video. I don't know why I
Oh
didn't.
man, that could have been your first TikTok video.
It could have
Oh my god!
been. And
Polyps on larynx.
and you just hear someone go hee hee hee.
Not
And
just
he
somebody
has you do
you.
this, but every time you do it, they move and they oh, dude, it was actually pretty cool to watch.
It like flaps in the wind.
It doesn't flap like that. It's I'll show you the picture afterwards.
Okay.
But it was cool to see. And then he showed me why I can't hit certain notes, so to speak, or like
I can't hit the
pitches.
note stock.
But he basically he had me read something, and like the words that are chosen in are specific, like because you like just different pitches and stuff. And so it was in like voice lessons. I felt like when I went in there. But he told me, he says I don't have any cancer, and I don't need to even remove them yet. I got to go back in a couple months.
Okay.
But let's be honest, they've been going on for 5 months, so chances are I'm going to get these removed in 2 months when they don't get
better. Do you know how they remove them?
He said it's a surgery. I won't be up for it, but they just like they're not like it's so small. Like he said, even what I was looking at that's like magnified is really so small in actuality. It's like your thumbnail.
Okay.
It's like the size of your voice box.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He said,
Oh,
it's like
wow.
crazy.
That's interesting.
And he said these things are like, you just scrape them off basically.
Now, I noticed on your neck you have like these growths as well. Is that a polyp?
No,
on the outside?
that's a skin tag.
Oh, that's a skin tag. Okay.
Piece of shit.
What?
You have growths all over you. Disgusting.
Yeah, me too.
How do you take off your hat?
It's healing.
Let me see.
No, I don't want to show.
Let's see it. I
I
haven't
don't want
seen
to
it in
show
a
you.
while.
I only show you. I don't show
So
Tardo.
show me. Nick, don't look.
Well, you know.
I vaguely. What is it again?
You
Just
remember?
show him.
I will, but let me. So
It was a removal of
a
something.
removal of like a
cancer.
Yeah.
He had
It's
cancer.
not exactly cancer.
Yeah.
But it's like a removal of like a little basal cell carcinoma, right?
I like how you're about to like layman term it, and then you go basal cell carcinoma.
Yeah,
I don't know
right?
what-
Like, yeah, I was expecting a mole to be lanced.
Well, it's
not.
that's pretty much what it was like, and but it got a little out of control, and
I remember when you had the wrapped up
Right, yeah.
head, and you said sunburn. and
right,
I
it was
believed
a
you.
sunburn that went suspicious. Or
Yeah.
something.
I love how you explain it to people.
Well, because it people wouldn't really understand. I did go on stage after they cut it off and they wrapped my head up.
Yeah.
So I did that. But now after they removed it, they made me put this cream on there.
Let me see it.
I'll get there. I'm
And it
building
dried
up.
it out to the point where it was gross looking.
And it grew like an inch bigger. Like it's because the skin around it.
Yes.
Now it's all falling off though. But here's the thing about this cream.
Oh my God.
This
See,
cream.
his problem is he doesn't pick and speed up the process.
No. Because they told me specifically it's gonna get really nasty, and just leave it alone and let it fall off. Because you do this for
and it goes quicker.
Yeah, but this is a process.
Okay.
So they
Let's
told me
see
not
it.
to do that, and I do pick
Because
sometimes.
it's been about 3 months now. I want to see.
I do want
want
to say something about this medication. I looked it up. It's for 2 things: removing these basal cell things that people get, and genital warts. So it's a genital wart cream that I'm putting on my forehead.
Interesting.
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 All right. So I will show you.
So we know what you're gonna keep this.
Be
one, huh?
prepared. Be
You gonna
prepared.
keep this cream just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Now
This
be
is double use.
prepared. It looks nasty, but it's
Take
gonna.
your fucking hat off. Oh!
Oh wow,
It looks
See
like
it's
a
falling
fucking
out.
star.
that's way worse than I was expecting. To be
Yeah, I
honest
know.
with you.
Oh my god. Oh
But you
my
see, like the
god.
God, I'm embarrassed. I did this already.
He's got a circle of crust and then skin in
It
the
looks
middle.
like Texas.
it looks like
the
it
state
does
of
look like the
Texas.
Lone
Hey,
Star
listen,
State.
everybody-
And it has like a logo in the middle.
It
oh
looks
my
like
god.
Texas.
Everybody in comedy is moving to Austin, including my.
Oh, we have
Yeah,
to,
you're-
we have to
you're
show
ahead.
everybody what we just witnessed.
we don't have to.
Dude, everybody's gonna want to know what it
Go on
looks
the
like.
Patreon.
We have to
Yeah,
show
we
it.
Put
should
it on
get
the
We should get a
Patreon. Put it
Patreon.
on
just
the
Oh
for
my
that.
Patreon.
god, it's reversed. So everybody, what I first saw was a gross circle that was surrounded by his head.
Yeah.
Now
This is not what I planned on getting into.
the disgustingness of it is the circle. It's like literally like a circle, and it's like a reverse tick bite. You know how they say it's like a red
I don't know
circle
what a
with a
tick
white
bite-
center?
Tick bite looks.
Oh,
It's
looks
a,
like a ring.
it's a large wound, and if
It
you
looks like I
didn't
got-
have a
Doesn't it
hat
look
on,
like it's just
Yeah.
it's like
it would be very distracting.
Of course.
doesn't it look like someone
You should have seen it a week ago. Now it's falling off.
It is.
So the middle.
Yeah. How
like,
do you sleep with that? Does it hurt?
Doesn't hurt. It's and
Is it
I-
itchy?
nothing. No, you don't even feel it.
Shower? Nothing? No effects?
What it does is it like kills the skin cells
Mm-hmm.
of like the bad.
You have to throw away every hat that you put on.
Oh, so that
It
was
doesn't
that's
fall
the
out.
medication that's
It's the
doing it to you?
medication. This isn't what it
Oh
looked like.
my
I wish you
God.
should have showed people before because
I know.
it is mind-boggling. Like you see how it looks like somebody took a knife and did a circle, and now the scab is in like a perfect circle.
It looks
Right,
like
but it's not what it was.
burn. Almost.
Yes.
It
Well,
looks
they
like a brand.
It
coming.
kind of
Yes,
is. It kind of is.
It does look like a brand. Before, picture that in just like a mole looking.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where the
I
the
was
shit
expecting like a little flaky, gross
It-
mole.
no,
that
it-
was like a large
That's what
head
it was,
wound.
and they
a large head wound.
yeah, head wound Harry.
Yeah.
So the doctor specifically said to me, he's like, this is gonna get nasty looking, and you need to prepare yourself because it doubles in size, and it's just like the worse it looks, the better it's killing like the cancer.
Where do you
cells.
work? What do you do for work?
I work in
I wish.
Do you have to
I pray that
radiology
you
lab.
didn't.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I wish you didn't.
It
You
was
couldn't wear a
remote?
hat to work.
I
Do
know.
you work remote? Or you
No,
work in,
I
He's
wear
a face model.
I can wear a hat. I wear a hat.
in the office or whatever.
I
or
work
just-
on the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
There
like
you go.
I wear this hat all day long. And
He was a salesman. He got demoted as soon as that thing got on
yeah,
his head.
they're like we can't sell.
You can't see
Yeah.
the customers anymore.
So but like I've worn a hat now for like months because of this thing. So like yeah, it's been a wild ride. But like in a couple weeks this will be the weird thing about this medication is like I'm in the process of it, like I'm
Is
not
that it just fucking reformed your head?
No, it's not gonna mess up my head too bad. I'll have a little.
I can't wait for the final
Oh
product.
God, I hope it doesn't.
Well, just in
Because-
time. I mean, the weather's turning any week now.
I know.
I can't wait for the summer. He's gonna wear a hat the rest of his life.
You're gonna, you know what? You should fully invest in bucket hats. You should be a bucket hat guy. That should be a new thing. Bucket hats all summer long. Yeah.
He's just gonna get a pirate
Just
fucking
straight
eye patch
up
for the
bucket
fucking top of
hats.
his head.
oh
It's
God,
literally about the size of fucking your mouth now.
it's not the size of my mouth. Please,
When you the little duck face.
yeah, it's not great.
And
But-
it's like it's like the size of like a $50.
Okay, yeah, well that's
$50.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
it
the
is.
size of $50.
No, it's no. That's exactly what
It's
I would
like a
describe it
half
as.
dollar.
It's a $50.
It's perfectly circular.
I guarantee.
The
by,
inside looks like Texas, and the
It's a little
outside
decrepit,
and the
but
outside
it's-
looks like a burnt DiGiorno.
It's like a pizza with a burnt crust.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just blowtorched the pizza with a Texas template over like. So it's just
It's like the fraternity that half the NFL's in, and now B's got it, but he just got it on his
yeah,
forehead.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called?
All right.
Acute coagulosis or something?
Oh God, I'm so embarrassed. I even showed you. But here's the good news: in a couple weeks, you're not even.
Zero
It'll be gone.
chance a couple weeks.
No. It's gone exactly what the doctor said.
How it's been going on for 3 months,
Well, yeah, but
and all of a sudden in 2 weeks it's going to be gone.
Now
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Did you? This was actually a real sunburn? Because I fully believe that when he
It-
said, I did,
it-
but
no, it
now
was-
in hindsight, this was like February,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, sunburn. He's
It
pale.
wasn't. It was. It's just from too much sun. I just get these things.
Because he's so pale.
I'm
and
so
Yeah,
pale
that's
and
kind
I-
of what I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess it was sunny recently, and he was
No, it wasn't-
outside,
it
walked
wasn't
down
like-
the street with the.
It wasn't like from one specific sunburn on my
Yeah.
forehead,
Oh my
but it was
God.
probably like throughout the years.
compilation of-
And I'm telling you, it was a tiny thing, but this medication just makes it grow to look
That's
like
crazy.
a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
But like I
Looks like
said,
a buckshot.
I know it does.
Yeah,
It literally looks like
a Kennedy fucking.
yeah. I have a Kennedy,
Kennedy-
wound.
It
A
looks
Kennedy
like he got
exit
shot in the
wound.
Kennedy, but his brains
Yeah.
somehow stayed together.
Yeah,
The exit wound.
there's no exit wound. I promise. But I'm telling you, it just started peeling now.
So, ladies, don't worry. In 2 weeks, he'll be lookable.
Oh, 2 weeks. 2
he'll
weeks.
be handsome.
No, in a few weeks, the whole peeling process will be gone, and it won't look this bad.
Now, be honest. What do you do with the peels?
Well, I do play with them in my hand.
Do you
for a little-
Goldfinger the?
I just kind of like.
Yes, oh.
No.
I love gold.
You
Yeah.
guys no, that's disgusting. I do like
Yeah, that thing on your head is disgusting.
my dog actually popped my hat up earlier today and popped a piece off.
Is this
Really?
why You know what? Nah, I got it. Never mind.
Now,
What?
I mean, it's not like you really have to worry about this too much,
Right.
but a haircut is 110%.
Yeah,
Haircut, he
no.
hasn't had hair in
No.
years.
That's
No.
what I'm saying.
No,
like
that's
this,
why- yeah.
you don't really have to worry. And
could
I
be
guess that's
worse.
why you have the.
It could
Have
be
you
worse.
even been able to bick your head or shave your head?
Yeah,
well,
I
that's
have.
what I'm saying. Like,
I
you
have.
know.
Take it one more. I'm not going to make fun of you. I just
Yeah,
want to
you
see
are.
how much
All right.
hair is on there.
And it's also like forehead.
The more I see it, it looks like a sheriff fucking.
It does.
Hey, I'm
Holy
the
shit.
sheriff.
Hey.
Yeah, wow.
Sheriff.
A
Can I
deputy
see your badge,
badge.
sir? And he
Yeah.
just takes his hat off.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Oh, God. I wish
Okay.
people could see this.
I know.
You know
fuck.
what's the worst part about this is that Nick, you're on here today, and I'm assuming some other comics will probably listen to this. And now I'm
Yeah.
going to be at open mics or shows.
I'm not
and
gonna
people
tell
like, Come on,
anybody.
show me the. Yeah, but they'll listen.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
I were
idiots will
you,
listen.
honestly, and this is where you should be doing different things. Like you should go on stage with that on your head.
I wouldn't.
You
no.
could probably do half a set about that fucking thing on your head.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's extremely noticeable.
It's too much.
So,
it's too much.
If you
It would
don't
distract.
address it, yeah, it's distracting. So if you don't, you would literally have to. That would be your set. Like, I have this growth
You
on
should
my
just
head.
See how it goes. Just do
I-
the growth
you know,
on your head.
I went on
set.
stage with the bandana and it
Yeah.
all wrapped up.
I remember when you had your head wrapped up. It wasn't, that was kind of just like, I don't know. It wasn't. It was kind of just whatever.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
really wasn't too bad. Because you kind
Well-
of had a hat on. You did a pretty good job of.
Yeah, because
keeping
I wasn't.
it,
I wasn't
whatever.
planning on showing you guys,
Yeah.
and then I was like,
It bothers me how insecure you are. It's not like you have control over this thing. Like it is.
I
what
know,
it
but
is.
well, I don't want. If I'm doing comedy, I don't want people to be.
You don't know
just-
these people.
Just staring. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like
Would
the
you
other
wanna
comics.
stick out, though,
You don't know
anyway
these
you-
I don't-
animals.
yeah,
They're
you
You wanna
monsters.
stick out any way possible, though.
It'll what?
Like any way I could be remembered. And I sincerely
See,
mean
that's the
this.
difference between me and you.
No,
you.
because if your jokes are good, you become more memorable because of that thing on your fucking head.
No.
Oh, that kid was funny. Yeah, he had the thing on his head.
Yeah, but it's
now
not
you
gonna be
just
like this forever.
the white man who was fucking.
First of
there's
all,
1,000 of you.
I'm only doing it in front of my I'm doing open mics in front of my friends that I know. I see them every night.
just
and they're
saying.
like Tardo said, they're animals. It'll never. It'll haunt me forever.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
try to
I don't need
keep
to
it under wraps.
step into that. I don't need to step into that world with those animals. I
Yeah.
really don't. Okay, so it's fun. Like if this is with me for life, yeah, then I could.
You have
but
to,
but
yeah.
it's like I have another month of this on here, and then
You
eventually
made it this far already
Yeah.
too. No one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody else that knows about it.
No, people know
Can you
about
please
it.
tell everybody.
I'm
Tell
s-
them to take
I-
his
I-
hat off.
I
It
don't-
reminds me of when I was in kindergarten. I had a patch over one of my eyes
Yes, we know.
because I had a lazy eye, but it wasn't like really lazy yet, and that's why you wear the patch as a kid. So my best friend to this day, KP, used to get all the kids in my class to like gather up around me and be like, "Take it off," and I used to pull the patch up. And it was just my eye, but everybody would get like a kick out of it. And it
Yeah.
happened all the time in like this is in kindergarten, first grade, because it was like half the year of each. Mm-hmm. And like to me, you just gotta embrace it.
Take the patch
I
off.
get it.
Take the patch
But
off.
I get that, but it's one thing when you're in kindergarten, but like I'm if you're doing stand up, I don't need the focus to be. I'm trying to get better at stand up. I don't need the focus. I don't need this to be my punchline. It's just,
I understand. I'm not saying you make the rest of your career off it.
Right.
I was
And-
just saying like it would be funny. You go
it
up there
would be,
and kinda.
but it's like.
It's like going up there after you get like jumped and you're all beat up. Like it would be funny.
And I think I did show it early on at some
But now
mic.
you're way too embarrassed.
But
of it.
because it's shocking, and it would literally
Shocking. I was shocked.
I
yeah
was shocked.
yeah.
I was not
I
expecting
was
that.
more shocked after seeing it the first time.
I was
because
not
it's so
expecting
much
that.
Different. It's not even that it's worse now. It's so drastically different
Mm-hmm.
looking. Like you obviously know. Like it went from a small ball to that is no longer where it is, and everything is on the outside.
But it's just like
I
dead skin.
understand it.
You know.
It's interesting looking.
Yeah. Okay. Can we go back to your polyps on your neck?
No, so I'm good.
Yeah,
If
you guys
anybody
got a lot of
wondering.
medical
Yeah.
conditions.
What do you got, Tardo?
Yeah,
Anything wrong with you?
jeez.
But let's
clean,
we're gonna
clean bill of
focus
health.
on you now. The
Clean
rest of
bill
it.
of health. A
By
lot
the
of
way,
medical
so how'd you
conditions
get
in
into
this.
comedy?
Yeah, a lot of medical conditions in this.
You live with a previous guest, Zach Zorovich.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you know Zach's dad found out he's moving through listening to this show?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
don't know if you know that.
Do you know
So
that
you-
story?
Yeah.
Tell me
So
this.
Yeah.
Zach Zorovich was on. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 episodes ago.
And he seemed like he was so stoned.
He probably was.
He might have been. He told the story about him moving out of his house.
Yes.
And he's going to move in with another comic.
Yes.
And he didn't tell his parents yet.
Oh, really?
So he had his dad listen to the Adult Baby show,
Did
and
he
that's how.
calculate that? Like,
I
this
think
is how
he
I'm
did.
gonna
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's even more genius.
Yeah. So he had his dad listen to our show, and that's how his dad found out that he's moving in with our current guest.
Yep.
Nick
me.
Tardo.
Yeah, that's right.
I can completely see, like, if Zach, even vice versa, you asked me, what does your roommate look like? And then you showed me a picture of the other, like, I'd be like, yes, they're
No,
roommates.
you could see
yeah,
that?
we're
Yeah.
roommates now. I've met Zach's father, actually his parents. I've actually known Zach for a very long
That's
time.
what I was going to say. You
Yeah.
childhood friends or comedy friends?
I known him. We went to middle school together. Like I've known him since middle school, and I know him all through high school.
What
But, like
town
we
you
weren't
guys from?
Massapequa,
Oh,
but we
okay.
weren't close.
Yeah.
Like in college or like after college or
He
whatever.
doesn't like Massapequa, by the way.
Farmingdale guy or whatever.
But it's not even.
Yeah.
It's. I like some guys. Like
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah,
Zach
yeah,
was good.
we have
Yeah.
a third. That guy over there in the red that's
Nice.
not here
Yeah.
anymore. He's from Massapequa.
But you guys aren't like when I picture Massapequa, I don't picture Chris, Zach, and him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Massapequa does have good people.
Different.
It's
Like,
a
yeah.
very big town,
Yeah,
so there's
it
a
is.
large
It is.
range of people.
So you guys met in
But we met in middle
school.
school. Whatever, friends or whatever. I mean, we weren't like best friends, but somebody that I
acquaintances,
knew.
you see
Yeah,
them and
yeah.
hang out. Yeah, I
And
gotcha.
then we never really hung out. Obviously, went to different colleges. He went to Florida. I went to like upstate New York. And then I kind of just started seeing him at Mike's again randomly, but we weren't even that close. And then, like over the past like couple years, we have similar interests. He likes the Jets. He likes UFC. Whatever. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And then I needed some roommates, and he
that's it.
kept always saying like, I gotta move out. I gotta move out. I'm like, yep, here we go. I have
There it is.
I have a house that we could live in.
And that's
So-
how it started. Who
That's how it
started?
started.
Who did comedy first? Any idea?
I think we just started similar times,
Around
but
the same
in
time?
separate universes.
So yeah, so you guys.
I went to Jack's for the first time, and I don't know. He might have started in Florida, or he might have started. I know he was doing a lot, like at the Lizard Lounge in the beginning and all that shit. So
Do
like,
you do most of your comedy on Long Island or in the city?
most
both.
on Long Island now. I
Yeah.
haven't been to the city since the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to do comedy, I've done other things in the city, but haven't been to any like the mics or any shows in the city.
Are there even shows and stuff in the city?
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Yeah,
moment?
it's
Oh,
like
it's back.
all, it's like crazy.
It's
It's
back.
like
it's back.
it's
full
fully
time.
back, but the thing is, it's a lot of like word of mouth shit. It seems like
Yeah.
it's not like highly advertised. Like come here and do this. It's always like if you know, it's like you got to be in the know.
Yes,
It's
you do.
from my personal opinion.
No, yeah,
that's what it seems like right
that's
now.
totally what it is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm a lot of Long Island, a lot of fucking Jacks,
A lot of jacks.
a lot of Jacks, and that's pretty much it as
Yeah.
far as. We had a great show there on Saturday, which was fucking
What made you
awesome.
get into comedy?
I
what-
was
Were
like,
you just failing at everything else? And then,
Why does comedy always have to be?
No.
I don't know.
Bottom
I
of
just
the-
like to find out how people get into it. And I usually I find it's like I hated my office job. I hated that job.
But you
Yeah,
started
I
when
was-
you're
yeah,
young.
I started when I was 21.
Yeah.
So I just started like when I was able to like go into bars and stuff. But what happened with me was, it was something that was always in like my peripherals. Like something was like, oh, this looks fun. This looks interesting. Something to do. Like I've always liked making my friends laugh and stuff, and making the kids at school laugh. And I knew somebody that was doing open mics, like open mic comedy. I was like, what? I'm like, well, how does this work? Like, what do you do? He's like, dude, literally, all you have to do is go, write your name on a piece of paper, and you get like 6 whole minutes of live stand-up comedy. I'm like,
Is
what?
it that many minutes in the beginning?
Yeah,
Like,
it
like an
depends
open
who's
mic?
hosting. Yeah, it depends
who's
who's hosting.
Mine, you're doing 7.
Yeah.
And
Depending
there's,
on 7.
there's no they don't say like you have to have done this once.
No,
No.
no. Literally,
That's
people
how-
off the street, it's lunacy. You see literal lunatics come into these
I
places.
almost
Every
start
night.
going
Every
to
night.
open
You can.
mics
Dude,
just
you
for
should.
The pure. Let me see what gets up there. Tonight.
Just
Oh my
any,
God, there's
it's any given night you will see. If you're not used to the world, you will see the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life
yeah.
on any given night. If you're not, like if it's your first time, the shit you just see, just. I'm not necessarily saying like through open mic comedy, but just because of open mic comedy, you're in shitty dive bars every night of the week, and just being in that atmosphere, you see the most bizarre shit.
Without a
I
doubt.
wanna
It's
start
just-
searching
it's
for
so
much
shitty
fun.
comics,
Yeah.
shitty musicians.
Yeah, that
Well,
it's just
and, like,
there's
I
all
could-
we
I-
know all of
yeah,
them.
we could give
literally
you
know
the
all of them.
inside word
Yeah,
on that.
we know every single person.
Oh my god!
But
there's
I
so
knew
many
so
people.
I knew somebody that was going.
Does he still
to,
do it?
Once in a while, he got married and had a kid.
Do I know him?
So Eric Johansson, I don't know if you've ever
I
done it.
don't
He
know
does
if I know
like
him.
he throws.
Sounds
He
like
has.
a hockey player.
Yeah.
He's a big hockey fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be with that name. Is he from Sweden?
No, I don't know what his like.
definitely Swedish.
I don't know what his like ancestral makeup is or whatever, but it might be. But
So he was the one
so
that
he
put
was
you on.
yeah he was like, yo, come to One Eye Jack's. This is
There it
Wednesday
is.
night. It was before Perillo even hosted. It was that lady Annie. I don't know
okay,
if you know
yeah.
if you remember her. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, Wednesday night? I'm like, yeah, bet. So I told all my friends because I didn't know what the
Ooh.
open mic was. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to
See,
tell everyone
you
I
do the
know.
complete opposite of what
Yeah,
he does.
yeah.
Yeah.
He would tell
my-
all of us to go somewhere else so we wouldn't be
My-
at the
Yeah,
place
yeah,
he's at.
exactly. Why would you? What?
Because you know why?
This is not a good move to bring all your friends.
No,
to
and
live.
I
I know. Now it's not, but at the time.
Was it terrible at the time?
No. It was great at the time because in my head, the math I did was I wanted home field advantage. I
Makes
was like,
sense.
I know I could make my friends laugh. So if they are majority of the people in this bar, I'm making majority of the people laugh. So I was like, that's the math I did in my brain
guess just
before I
to
went.
But see, to me, your first time getting up there, I almost agree with. Just your first time.
Yeah, I
Maybe
had
not
no
all the
idea what
time.
it
I
was.
did that too, though.
I literally
When I
had
first
no
started-
You invite
idea.
like 2 people.
Not
And
even
they're married.
close. Well, no, when I
not
started,
married.
I did only bringer shows, which you have to bring people, and it was in clubs in the city. That's how I started. So I literally had to bring people. It took me
Oh, you didn't do any of the Long Island stuff?
no.
You just didn't know about it, or
I did, but it took me probably 2 years, and I would just go to Manhattan, and I
I
would.
didn't want to be seen by majority of us.
That's not even true. I brought a lot of people to comedy shows.
But
this is when we
select.
we're really like
I know.
friends. Like
I know.
oh, we were we weren't
I get
hanging
it.
out.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But at this point, now, as you know, knowing how to do comedy a little bit, you know, we're not where we want to be, but now I would never tell my friends to come to an open mic.
I literally get into arguments with my girlfriend about her wanting to come to the open
Yeah.
mic.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
like watching
no.
you practice.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
There's a confusion
way.
that people
Yeah.
are like, I'll go to your show tonight. It's like it's not a show.
Yeah.
I didn't
no.
say. I'm talking about
Yeah,
shows,
yeah.
not open mics.
I
Yeah.
always invite people to my shows.
I guess.
I
I
post
used
about
to
it.
feel
But
like it
this was
tough to
straight up
find
like
out when
this
you had a
this
show.
night. Yeah, this night was straight up just the Wednesday night open mic
Straight
at
up.
One Eye Jack's. I had no idea what the fuck. I was like, this guy goes. He says all you gotta do is write your name on a piece of paper and you're up there. So I'm like, here we go.
Did you have anything written?
Yeah, I had a whole thing. I
did
was
have
always
a-
like,
you did have a
yeah,
big
I was
plan
always
set.
like one of those guys that I wouldn't like write bits, but I would always like try to make notes on my phone of like funnier type things.
Yeah.
So I planned out like I think I did something about like I had like a ridiculous experience the first time I ever drove a car, and I remember that was like a big bit of
what
mine. My first day of driver's ed, like my parents weren't really like those parents that are like, oh, hop in and drive. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of had to wait till I
You
got
had to
into
wait
driver's
till-
ed, and I get into the car. And we're driving, and there's somebody, like, at first, like, I'm, like, driving, there's somebody in, like, a full-blown, like, unicycle, but Tour de France, like, straight up, like, really,
unicycle?
I hate
on
that.
a unicycle, like, fucking
You
cooking
hate them. Like
it.
that happened a lot.
Cooking it.
Well, not necessarily, but I just hate really
You hate
intense
bikers.
bikers.
Yeah, no, but this was like
But
an
this is a
intense
unicycle.
unicycle. It's just ridiculous. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? I'm like, how is this possible? What is happening? I thought I was like going insane. And then we pull up to our, like, the first stoplight, cops, ambulances all over the place. A body in the street, just white blanket.
Was it the unicycle?
Over, no, it was just another person in the street, and I'm just stopped at the light, first in line, just looking at the body. My first time manning a vehicle, and it was just like so traumatizing, and like just like
Even though it had nothing to do with your driving.
yeah, exactly. I was
Dude,
just
that-
like,
it was just
what
like
the
the world
fuck
around
is
you
this?
fell
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the first time you're
First time
driving and you
driving
see
a
a
car.
guy in a unicycle, then you see a dead body?
Yeah. I was like, what is this?
Oh, did you find out how the dead body arrived? Like,
No, I never further looked into the
Accident
story.
or
I
He
was
fell
like,
down
whatever.
from laughter by seeing a unicycle.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
middle.
he was
I
distracted
thought
by a
he was gonna say
unicycle.
the unicycle went past me, and then I saw the guy got killed.
No.
I'm not gonna
That-
lie.
in
That's what
hindsight,
I
I
Part of
should.
me had my fingers crossed, like say it was the unicycle.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should rewrite the bit and do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember how it was the first whole. And also, that was a big bit of mine, and then I had a bit about how when I was in like middle school or high school or whatever, I got tested for like a attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
But while I was talking to the like the psychiatrist, whatever the fuck it is, she was on like a ground level office. There was 2 cats just brawling outside the window in the parking lot of the school. So like I'm
So
trying
you're
to
just
listen to
looking
her,
out the window?
and they're just cats. It's like going crazy.
You have ADD
In
and
the
you're
pocket,
just
yeah,
staring
I
out the
was-
window at
yeah.
cats.
So like that was one of my big bits. Yeah, that was
Probably
like
Nick Focus.
Yeah,
Nick
that was like
Focus.
one of my big. Those
expect-
are like my 2 like personal stories that
Oh
I
my
wrote
God,
about.
That's why
That's
you got
hilarious.
diagnosed.
Yeah.
Dude, you should go back to those.
You gotta
like,
remember. I should just rework. We've all been kind of
yeah.
recycling our
Well,
old
we
stuff.
did a couple Thursdays
Yeah,
ago. We
yeah.
tried to do our
Is
new
there-
old
is
bits.
it because you guys also feel like going back, you can make those old jokes a lot better?
Yes.
Than they were?
Yes, definitely.
yes.
Like some of them were good stuff. That
Yeah.
You
Oh
were
yeah.
just
You
so
didn't have
young,
the.
you ruined
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and you don't know how to write a joke. Really
and also, you
yet.
didn't have the experience. You might have not had the experience that
Yeah.
fits the circumstance.
Yeah. So on Thursday night, it was like a couple weeks ago. Now we see here. The problem is like with the Long Island guys here, we see each other every night.
I know.
Like I know Tardo's bit. I know what he's gonna say. He
I
knows
know,
what
we
I'm
could
gonna
both
say.
do our acts right now.
We could do it.
verbatim.
So like, now there's a thing that they do Monday, like no material Monday. Just come up with a blank slate, try
Which
stuff.
I've always liked, which dated back to Ziggy's, because
Yeah.
I was always like, the Monday at Ziggy's was awesome because it's Monday night. It's like fresh off the weekend. So you didn't necessarily need to tell your jokes, in my opinion. You could have told the tales of the weekend.
Exactly.
Which is like always fun. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
so
So
much
that's
fun.
that's where it started, in my opinion. And
So
then we put a name on it in the summer.
Yeah,
But
no material Mondays, and you go up and you basically like you can go up and just be like, I'm going to talk about what I did this weekend, and maybe something grows from it. And then you host that Thursday,
Yeah.
Mike, and we went and we're like,
But
let's
isn't-
spice it up, and we'll do like what were our first bits?
Notebook, yeah.
First notebook jokes. Bring it back to that, just because we see each other so many
Yeah.
times.
What are you getting at
What do you mean?
as far as knowing everybody's joke, like bits?
We see each other every night. We get
You're
on.
not doing it for each other. You're doing it for crowds who aren't going to see you. No, like the practice.
Well,
No.
you-
All right, yeah.
Maybe
at
I'm
the
missing.
the
You're
mics,
missing
the mics is like pretty much just the comics, and that's like kind of where you practice. So even though you've
Yeah.
seen the jokes or whatever, you kind of still get a good feel for telling it, because
Yeah.
saying it aloud into a microphone it takes work to
It
get.
does.
Even though you might not get the laughter or reaction that you want.
It's like the repeat.
Yeah,
of-
but also, in that same note, it makes you tell the material with fresh eyes every night, because these guys heard it last night. I have to bring the enthusiasm, and so it keeps you, it teaches you how to be fresh with it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It so things don't get stale.
So-
At least that's what I take.
No, so if 4 days in a row you hear me say the same thing, it's like by the 5th day, I want to do something. Like I'm gonna get on stage and I'm like, I'm not gonna repeat to you the same
That's what
word.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be up to you? You would want to change it up
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Well, yeah, you do, but it takes a while. Like you
Well,
just
yeah,
don't come out with a fully fresh bit
know, I
in
get
a
it.
day. So like you work on a bit, you work on it, but you do the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And when you're doing it to the same people, it's like this is boring now for both of us. So let's spice it up and try
Oh yeah.
it's a way to learn how to be better on stage.
Yeah, it felt so nice on Saturday with an actual crowd at Jack's.
Yeah, so
It was
what happened
so
on
nice.
Saturday? You had a
Oh
show.
man, yeah. So we had a show, the Outdoor Patio Comedy on the Block.
It's back.
at One Eyed Jack.
Rocco
It's back,
Perillo,
yeah.
Steve Rocco Perillo.
And it was, I don't want to say like the greatest show I've ever done, because that would be totally hyperbole.
Right.
But since like the pandemic, it was top tier, because it was like we did a bunch of shows in the backyard over the summer at the house, which was dope. And we did a show for my birthday, which was cool. But this, I don't know, it was something about like, it was nice. It seemed like all the people that were there came there for the show and was like fully like, I'm here
Vested.
to see a comedy show. And even if you might not be the funniest guy in the world, we appreciate the effort. And it was like, it was great.
So the crowd was like there.
Yeah,
to
it was
enjoy
so fun.
themselves.
You could, and like, I was able, James gave me 10 minutes. So I was like, I really was able to stretch it out and like kind of, it felt kind of like when you're doing the open mics, I always say that's like running in sand.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do an actual show in front of an audience, it's like running on a track.
Yes.
That's the comparison I make.
That's exactly what it's like.
But it felt really nice. I went up first. I like going up first. I cracked it wide open for everybody.
You're a good first comic.
Yeah,
you got
I enjoy
energy,
going first,
you got the whole 9-volt energy in you.
Yeah, I kind of ripped it up. I was saying all during the week, I was like, oh, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to do a drunk set. I'm going to do a drunk set.
Yeah.
Which for me is like very hit or miss. It could be some of my best work, or it could be like the worst shit in the world.
I think that's the way it is for most people.
And
It's the unknown about it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the gamble. So I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So they were like, all right, you're first. I was like, oh, nice. So I was like, I was able to push the drinking pace, but I wasn't too drunk because I was first. So like, by the time I was only there like a half hour, whatever before the show. So I was able to get like, a couple beers in. I took a shot, and I was able to went up there with a drink.
Like in that perfect.
Yeah, I was
perfect
nice. Yeah,
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a really fun time.
There's if going up drunk or like drinking, there's a window.
Yeah.
There's a perfect window. Like you could easily skip over it.
Yeah, no, because when it's
And you
too
don't know.
deep, when
That's
it's
one
too
shot
deep,
and you're over it.
Yeah.
when it's too deep, and you get drunk, and then all of a sudden you're under a spotlight, your brain shuts off. That's what
100%.
fucking cops do. When you get pulled over when you're drinking
You're
drunk, they
right.
shine a light in your face.
It's a
So when
technique.
you're mad drunk and you try to get up there and there's a spotlight shining in your face, you can't really function, or at least from my experiences, and you kind of just like fucking, your brain shuts off and you turn into an
Your
idiot.
brain shuts off.
Dude,
Yeah.
so many times I've been in that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, and I had good confidence. I had like drunk confidence before I was going up, and then the light hits you, and then you're looking at people like just staring at you, and you're like,
But it's not good to do. I'm not condoning.
no.
Is that the word? Condoning is
it's-
good or whatever. I'm not encouraging
You were right
drunk
the first
stand-up
time.
comedy.
I got
Whatever.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging that. It's not the way to go.
It's
not the way to go.
There's a
But
line.
with that being said, there is a window that exists, at least for me, where it's just, it's all bets are off. I might do some material. I might just let it rip. It's just going to be, as the coach of the Jets would say, all gas, no brakes.
That's right. That's a perfect way to describe. You're right, because there could be work out perfect.
I enjoy. Well, now that like maybe a couple of years ago, I would have went to a comedy show, and you want to see people who are funny.
Yeah.
Now meeting all these up and coming comics, or just people who are getting into it, and having them on, and going to shows and meeting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that I like when I see people not have a good set now. Not because I'm cheering against it. I just like to see how everybody reacts when they're clearly not
Oh
doing
my
well.
God, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, man. As comics, we watch that too. Like it's,
I know.
it's kind of fun to watch.
It's the best shit in the world.
Yeah.
and
That's
now
what we
because I
love.
know a
That's what
couple
we like.
people, I'm not close. Excuse me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not close enough with a lot of
Polyps,
these guys.
huh?
Yeah, it's all the
Mount
polyps.
St. Helens.
I'm not close enough with a lot of these guys to bust their balls about
Yeah.
it yet. But I still get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah,
like-
that's the best part of the shows
fun.
is watching your friends bomb.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Like,
that's
if
what it
it's-
is.
It's
like-
literally the greatest.
It's so funny. Like, well, sometimes it could be sad if they're getting like heckled to
depends on the bomb.
oblivion.
It depends on the
Yeah,
bomb.
It
if they're
depends
just
on, to me, if somebody gets in the way of their set and that's why they bomb.
yes, that's
I feel
yeah,
a
yeah,
little bad.
that's bad.
'Cause that's like someone
But
not
if
letting you
it's
do
just
your
like
job.
the classic silent them speaking, they're just doing this and fucking,
Yeah.
dude, jeez, I'm
They
not
start
really doing
freaking
well
out.
up
I
here.
just love
yeah.
the segues when they have that pause that's supposed to be for a laugh. And
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's a lot of okay.
Yep.
What else? What else was I gonna say?
Moving on.
you get that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What else was?
Moving
What
on.
else did I have?
Yeah.
Well, it's great when you know like a comic's doing like material that is funny and you've seen it work, but now for whatever reason it's not
It's
lining up
just
tonight.
not- yeah, it's
and
not
then
it.
and then the greatest is like you'll see them look at you on stage and you
that
can just
I
see
don't get,
you can see
but,
the sadness, or they walk by you and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
But luckily, there was none of that on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
It was the perfect.
nobody did poorly at all. Everyone, it was just goom, 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 goom. And it was great because, like, it was because obviously it was outside in the back.
Yeah.
So, like, I was kind of going in and out between the bar and the show. You know, I was all over
Yeah.
the place. I had a friend from work there. I had my girlfriend there. I had the comics there. So, like, I'm running around with,
It's a fun night.
trying to cater my girlfriend, then talk to my friend. Then I'm coming back with, a blouse on. And I'm talking, I'm doing that whole gimmick. I'm like, fake mustache. My hair's backwards. And then I'm on stage. So I'm
Yeah,
like
you're
all
going
over
crazy.
the place. And, so I'm like inside the bar and I'm hearing like roaring laughter. I'm outside, everyone's laughing. It was great. It was so great. No
people
matter
are
who was
itching for
up, it was just like
comedy.
They
roaring
are, yeah.
laughter. Perillo did great.
Perillo's so funny.
Yeah,
I
it
got to
was-
get him on this podcast.
Yeah.
He killed
People
the
are
other-
just itching to get out there. Though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's good for everybody. Like, people want to see shows. People are just happy to see people.
Yeah, I was like, when I got up there, I was like, oh my God, this isn't Zoom windows.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
And when you've been doing it,
the
it's
first month is going to be like a honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Where no matter what you do, it's like, oh, it was great. It
Yeah.
was excellent. Just got out of the house.
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. You guys, that night, I saw some pictures. I was upset I didn't go.
It was FOMO
'Cause I
inducing.
saw you. It looked like the after show was more fun.
Oh,
than the actual
and then we
show.
didn't even get to the after. So, I don't know if the broad reach of the Adult Baby Show for those listening.
Yeah.
We're based in New York here, and we have curfew limitations still. So
That's right.
The bar closed at 12.
Not until the 19th.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
until the 19th. So, but the bar closed at 12, and I was like, "Fuck it." It was moving day at the house.
This
Zach's
one-
moving
Zach
in.
moved in?
Yeah,
Okay.
Zach's moving in. He was moving in all the shit. I'm like, this will be hilarious. I'm gonna bring the whole show back and just fucking kick the door and just toga, just fucking lead a band up the stairs. But so I was like, fuck it, let's go back to the house. Brought the whole show back to all the comics back to the house. And just partied in my room until like fucking
God.
4 a.m. It was insane. It was so much fun.
What are your
There was
other
Smash
roommates?
going.
So how many roommates? Is this like a bachelor pad?
We have a full house in Hicksville. So it's Zach and I are upstairs. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs.
Okay.
There's a bathroom upstairs. So there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs. There's 1 bathroom downstairs. We got a living room, kitchen, basement, full
Ooh.
backyard, and a garage.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a legit house. Yeah, it is a legit house.
Now that there's 2 comics in there,
Mm-hmm.
are you guys like an issue for the non-comics? Coming back.
No.
I just assumed they were.
Yeah, no, some of them aren't.
No, this is so. The story of the house goes like this. So last year, right before I moved into this house, right before the pandemic last year, with my really good friends from high school
Okay.
that I've known forever. We've consciously made this decision, guys, let's rent the house together. It'll be great. And we made this decision. We moved in January of 2019, like mid-January of 2000, right before. So we had all the 29 days because of leap year, 29 days of February and 2 weeks in March, and then bang. Nothing. So then we were just. So I've spent so much time in this house doing every possible thing you could have imagined. Monkey chugs out the window, fucking everything, just anything. Because we haven't had that many people over. Because we had COVID, and everyone in the house had it at least once, besides me.
Oh, you're the only one that didn't get it? At least once.
Yeah, well, everyone had it once. No one had it twice. No one had it twice. I don't know why I said at least once, but no one had it. No one had it twice. But everyone else had it or got tested positive at one point
Right.
for it.
And
I never got it. So
Wow, good for you.
yeah. So we didn't really have. We had like a couple shows. We had a 4th of July party, which was great, and then we had a housewarming. But this was before the pandemic, so it was pre-times, fucking making out with the dog and putting my head in a mop bucket type shit. And then
How old are
Since
you?
26.
God bless you.
Yeah.
He's not prime age.
Yeah.
26.
After college.
Oh, it's a beautiful age.
That is. Like, I feel like your first few years after your college years, like, I never graduated, but
Right.
theoretically speaking.
Where you should have.
People graduate college, they get, like, a good job or their first, like, real job, and then you have, like, not much responsibility outside of that.
Yep.
Right.
Not knocking them, but, like, you just, you know.
No,
like,
that's what it is.
you don't have, you're not really, married, kid. Like, you don't have any of that. It's, like,
Right.
the perfect age.
Unlike me and you.
Well, yeah. I'm not, listen, I'm speaking for general people.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I kind of been partying it up and be living like a loser my whole life. So
yeah,
it is
you're
what
not
it
a
is.
loser. You're not a loser.
Yeah,
You're a
but
good
you know,
time.
whatever.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so then,
God bless you.
so we had like
I
people
know.
over for 4th of July, and then we had a couple shows. We had Sam Morrill,
Yeah.
national headliner. Sam
But
Morrill come to
Sam
the
Morrill's
house.
a great comic,
Yeah.
and he played your backyard.
Yeah. And then we had Aaron Berg, too. He's also like a
Aaron Berg
bigger
is great.
comic. Yeah.
You know, Aaron, he used to be a stripper. Did you know that in Canada?
That makes sense.
Yeah, he was
that
a-
makes
he was a
sense.
male stripper.
Good-looking man.
Yeah.
And both of them came to my house.
That's awesome.
Aaron Berg brought his wife. His
How do
wife's
you
a great
get them-
time.
So do you run shows outside of your house shows?
Yeah, so
Everybody,
we just
like,
did
there's a lot
2
of people who do
shows.
that.
So
I did it. Yeah.
Does
we
everybody
did,
do it a little bit? Most comics.
yeah,
like
it's
a one
kind
or
of
two,
like you
you'll
kind
do
of
it.
just do it because it's like, you know, whatever. I'm not getting booked on anything. I'll just do it myself. Or
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
I get
and
it.
I have the space,
Right.
so it's like cool. I'll do it in my backyard. I want to do it again this obviously summer, but
Yeah.
I don't want to. We're also doing like some musical acts sometimes too. I don't want to do any music anymore because
No,
music
done
is
with the
just
music?
fucking loud.
Yeah.
It's just like fucking.
That's where, like,
And you never
It's-
know.
and it doesn't match the vibe. Perillo
It
always
doesn't.
says it doesn't match the vibe of
doesn't.
comedy. Like it's
you don't
two
want
different
people
things.
too psyched up.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
don't want people too mellowed out.
Yeah,
Right.
we had a full band, a full rock band play before we went up, and everyone was just done after the band. And I was like hosting in my own backyard. I'm like, hey, wait, assholes.
two different things.
You're at my
It's
house.
tough.
Fucking
It's-
sit
it is
down,
tough.
you
Just
fucking
because
assholes.
it's a stage doesn't mean that things should be put together.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. I mean, just because there's a different energy with live music than there's
Yeah.
with stand-up.
Now,
Yeah,
if it
so
was
I
gonna be
would-
like I have a juggler and some other like acts, that would fit better with comedy. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they go well.
I would like to.
Listen,
That'd be
I'm-
hilarious to just get
But
a
it-
juggler on.
But
between
that's what my
comics.
point is.
The ultimate
Like,
clown
that
show.
would fit better. Some idiot going up there. And
Yeah,
juggling
oh, yeah, definitely.
between
Oh, yeah.
two
Yeah,
comics.
yeah.
Because with comedy, it's like you have to train the audience to like focus and pay
Focus.
Yeah,
attention.
music encourages not that.
Yeah, it's like
Everything
background.
else.
We don't want to be background
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, and
Comedy
then,
is more than background.
So basically, I want to cut the music. I think I don't know if I don't know if I can anymore, and B, I don't know if there will be any more national headliners popping in.
Yeah,
Because the only reason we had that happen is because there was no other gigs anywhere else.
right.
So these guys are back on the road and shit. So they're not gonna
It's gonna
fucking
be
come
tougher to get though. So
Yeah.
like, what happened? Like,
That-
chick during
that
those
makes
times,
sense.
like we were all like doing stuff. Like everybody became a producer because like we're not getting booked on shows. There's no show. So like. That's
as well
it
do it yourself.
became like let's do a bunch of backyard stuff, and a lot of them were really good, successful. I think some of those are going to continue.
I was gonna say they should continue. I think
Yeah.
that's still a cool vibe.
I
Yeah,
plan
I would,
on doing
I
another
plan
one.
on
yeah.
doing it and scaling it down slightly because we had like at one
Now it
point we had like
legalized weed.
yeah,
It'll be
dude,
so much fun
at
with
one
outside
point we
venues.
Yeah,
had
well, that's
like
totally different because I'll
Yeah.
tell you, during those other backyard shows, we said no weed, guys. We stopped
Why?
that. I'm joking, you idiot. Now, now that weed is legal, you can do that. It's like that was stopping people before.
But you could do it in a public place.
Yeah, so we're doing it in our backyard. You can still smoke weed.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but fucking
Fucking blow me.
I just love how you're so excited to smoke weed now.
Everywhere.
It's like it never stopped you before.
No, it hasn't. But now it's just nice to not have that.
the worry. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
wasn't
like
a
the
big
vaccine
I wasn't
shot.
a big worrier to begin with, but now that even that little remote like worrying, I don't even like.
Of course,
Nice.
of course. It's like the vaccine shot of drugs. It's
Like,
like,
yeah.
all right, I'm comfortable being out and doing what I want to do.
I mean, I was always comfortable, but now I'm getting other people who are comfortable with me, so I'm not the
Right.
only one.
Yeah.
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 You don't want to make others uncomfortable.
I mean,
Oh, he always makes others uncomfortable. That's a problem.
that's no, it's all right. So where were we though?
Oh yeah, but then there was times we had like catered food come and like
Yeah.
like people were like it was just like it was a lot, and I want to scale it down, you know, make it kind of almost like real. I want to make it like a real local type thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
of
for,
course.
For us.
Definitely.
To enjoy.
Yeah, and it's those backyard shows are fun. I think
Yeah.
they're going to
And also our backyard is, I have a large backyard with
Right.
nothing in it. So
it's like a perfect
yeah.
comedy area.
And I built a stage. I have a stage.
Oh,
built.
you built it yourself?
Built a stage.
What a little handyman you
Yeah.
are.
Built a stage.
What a little handy
Yeah,
man.
built a stage. There was a whole bunch of just random wood in the garage, like in this house, and I just found a pallet and I just fucking laced it all up.
See, I could never do that. I wouldn't know the first thing.
The thing
about
is
building
mad
a stage.
heavy though, so it's kind of
It's a lot to.
it's a lot. It's not something that could be moved around.
Right.
I mean, it can be, but it's a disgusting wooden, gross, splintery
It's
thing.
there for a
Yeah.
reason.
It's there.
It stays
Yeah,
there.
it's just there.
Well, that's
I
good.
tarped it in the winter. I put a tarp
did you?
over it. Yeah, and then when we were moving in and out, since the landlord was kind of involved, I fucking hid it in the garage. Just put a tarp over it in
like,
the
what is
garage.
it? Do you give the neighbors like a warning?
Well, this was our situation.
You invite the neighbors.
Well, yes, this was our situation. We didn't have any. The house to the, like, if you're looking out the front door, the house to the left of us was empty, and that was the corner house. So we had the empty house in the corner, and then we had two older people living next door to us, but they didn't really seem to mind because in this neighborhood is like the loudest neighborhood ever.
Oh,
There's
really?
like I don't know if it's like guys like us, but there's like a house around the corner from us that is like rambunctious as all hell, and they party their dicks off 24/7, and no one seems to mind. So I was like,
Hicksville
fuck it,
like
these people.
a big renting town. Because
I
I remember a few
guess.
friends that
I
I know
know.
a few
Yeah.
friends, but
We
I
have-
know. But see, to me, I know what house you're talking
Yes.
about, and that house was somebody we know's family's house.
That's
And
true.
it got passed through. Like her sister and all her friends lived in that house.
Okay.
Then the brother, like the only reason why we know so many people is because of one house.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I didn't know.
Name
we-
somebody else who's lived
That's all.
somewhere else.
That's all
there.
I know. But like we used to go to
There's
that
like
house
10
a
people
lot.
who've lived in that house.
Yeah, I know it's the same house, but like, I mean, there's a
Yeah, I think it's like the Hicksville Levittown area. It seems to be like a lot of rentals. Or
rentals,
renters.
like house rentals. Yeah,
But yeah, it's
because a lot of neighborhoods don't like that.
no.
I mean, who wants to have like when you live there every day?
I know we have
wants-
adult
yeah.
neighbors with children and shit, and it's just like a bunch of degenerates in their mid-20s doing
Yeah.
a monkey chug
The worst
out the
people
window.
to ever move in next door to you is a group of single people, like
Yeah,
a
like
young
people
group of
looking at-
single
I mean, we
people.
we cut the grass.
I'm not
and
talking about
we,
when the
Yeah.
house looks, but at any point something could be going on there that you don't want to have.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's always pot smoke pluming out of any
There's always a lot.
window.
Like,
There's
if-
always,
if
whatever.
Your court, if like four single guys in their mid-20s moved in, your parents probably wouldn't love that.
No.
Yeah,
No.
the neighborhood wouldn't, but some neighborhoods, I guess it also depends on how close the houses
Yeah,
are.
there's a lot of things that probably play into.
This is
effect.
your
Yeah.
classic Long Island suburban neighborhood.
Classic suburban Long Island.
Classic,
Hicksville. All
right next to each other.
the problems with
Yeah.
Long Island. That's what you have.
Yeah, the
exactly.
classic. It's nothing.
Exactly.
We're right
Well,
next to the neighbors.
I look forward to spending some time there
Yeah.
in the near distant future.
Yeah, if you were here, if you were there on Saturday, you
I
would've
know.
rolled up.
I'm upset. I
You
missed
could have hopped
out.
in on.
I'm upset I
There was
missed out.
Smash going. I'm not a
I
huge
know.
Smasher. I have the game, but I am literally one of the worst video game players in history.
Yeah,
I
I'm
cannot
terrible
play
at that
video
too.
games at all.
Everybody I know plays this Super Smash Brothers. Or is it Bro? Whatever. It is.
Yeah, whatever it is. I
I
have
don't
the game.
know
I can't
anything
play it.
about it.
Yeah. I
Do you
never
know?
heard of it.
Oh, it's all over the place. Like I know people that do like
Yeah, it's
a
big.
podcast about it.
Yeah, it's popular. I own the game. I can't even beat the computer on easy, so I don't really play it.
Okay. I would
And
be awful.
like my sister used to beat me all the time. Like
Yeah.
I'm just horrible. I'm horrible at video games.
What is it? Is it a? It's not PlayStation, right?
It's like a Nintendo game.
Nintendo?
It's like Mario and all those guys, and they
okay.
fight.
All right.
Like Luigi and all those. It's like kind of almost like Mortal Kombat, but it's
Gotcha.
like the Nintendo characters. Donkey Kong
I
and
always thought it was
Bowser.
a racing
and
game up until
Princess
recently.
Peach is in the game, so you could slap people with a woman. If you
Ooh,
want.
nice. I like that.
Beat up a chick. Yeah.
I like that.
So it's
Yeah, B loves
yeah,
that.
yeah,
All the women he's smacking around.
yeah.
Hey, I would never smack a woman. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they'd beat you up.
They would. They would. I actually. So we were talking before. We went on the show here. I got my tattoo last week.
Yeah,
That's right.
You did.
They called me in as somebody canceled, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was weird. Like I was talking to the guy about it, and he goes, "Yeah, the girl didn't show up. Like she put money down, and like just they couldn't hear from her. So I feel like I maybe stole an appointment from somebody that died.
If they knew about it, they would have been there.
You got standby.
I
You got
wonder
inked
what
on
happened.
standby.
Automatically I go to like, she's dead. Like what happened to her? Because they tried to they get
She
this.
probably paid and didn't. Honestly, like you, a weird person. If you found somebody else who wanted to do it, who knows?
Or
She
just,
paid a lot of
maybe
money,
she
though.
just didn't. She had a change of heart.
Yeah,
But you don't have a change of heart and put like $300 down and be like, I didn't feel
Money's
like
not
it.
an issue. You don't know what kind of background this person is.
I don't know. It kind of weirded me out. But they called me and they were like if you can be here at 5, you do it. And like I said, I was gonna get my niece's names. And here's the thing. What do you think about it?
I already told you what I think about it. I know. I think it's nice, but I have my nephews, and I probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't do the names.
No, if I got something that was for them, I would. But I'd have to get. You got to get all of them, and then.
But I know I'm only gonna have
to me,
2.
getting tattoos of people is more of a memorial. thing.
Yeah. You look at the memorial stuff.
But I do see people with their kids.
Yes. But I
you
don't
took
think I'm
care-
ever gonna have kids.
I understand that.
And
but
I- and-
now if you have kids, you have to, and then it's like, oh, you have your kids.
Yeah, but I'll
and
be an
your
old
your-
dad. If I ever have
your
kids, I'm gonna be an
nieces.
old dad. And then
Ask me
maybe
my opinion.
maybe I'll slap some on me.
I think
It's not like I'm gonna have multiple kids. You know.
you could.
good.
Come on. I don't
But
plan
then
on it.
You have to get it. And if you don't get it, now you got your nieces on there, and you
Right.
don't have your
Yeah.
own
Now,
kids.
if you have any children of your own, you're 100% having to get them tattooed for sure.
Maybe.
You can't. They
and
can't.
it's got to
have,
be bigger and nicer.
They can't
No,
have their
I-
cousins'
Yeah.
names tattooed on their own father.
You're right. Oh, you're right.
That would be
I didn't
some
think
serious.
you were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No. I guess I would
And
definitely
I
do
also
that.
wouldn't want to have like.
You're
So
not
now,
even
if they have another one, you have to get them.
Well, they're
Yeah.
not gonna. I got
tubes are
confirmation.
tied.
Confirmation until it happens.
If something happens by
But what
chance.
I'm saying is, like, that's the things that I think of. But I'm also somebody who doesn't like a tattoo is a tattoo, and not every one of
Right,
them has
yeah.
to be crazy.
I just like tattoos.
I also wouldn't want, like, if my brother didn't even have them, why would I get them?
Right, but I did ask them both. I was like, would it be weird? Because I was worried about that. I didn't want them to think but like
The parents or the kids?
the parents,
Oh,
not the
okay.
kids. They don't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
my one niece I told, but I just the problem was going there. I had this whole intricate like lettering I was gonna do.
I also like symbols more than names.
See, yeah, and we said we have different tattoo tastes.
Yeah.
What do you mean symbols?
Just something that I know what it's for.
Okay.
I'm not
But
saying that I don't want it. I want it to be a secret. I just don't like names.
so I got both their names, and you said there needs to be
Like,
an end.
Say they grow up, right? And
Yes.
she gets a nickname and hates that name.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let me see the ones you have on there again. It's their full names, right?
I went with their full names.
Millie and Madeline.
Yeah,
Madeline's not getting called Madeline.
my sister wanted Madeline.
I'm not saying, and maybe she will call her Madeline.
Yeah,
Chances are it's going to be Maddie.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. And let's say she's like, I like being called Maddie. And now she's got to look at Madeline.
She doesn't have to look at it.
I'm just.
But again,
you're asking me. I don't like
you talk
names.
about symbols. It's more for me. You know,
I
it's more that
understand. That's
I
why
could look
said
at my
this
nieces.
is all for you.
But here's the thing: I had a like real intricate lettering system I was gonna do, and I showed them what I wanted. They quoted me like a price, and then when I get there, he like wrote a few things out, and I went with the most basic thing. Like I dished my plan, just
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say, it looks like basic cursive.
it's very basic.
Yeah, that's not, and not even. I mean, yeah, it just seems
My
like
other
the standard.
issue is how they wrote it on your arm. Looks like one name.
Well, first with the writing, I had this whole thing for months. Is what I plan on doing. I get into a situation with the
But
guy,
you let people talk you out of something you want.
but he wasn't even talking me out. He was like, you know, we'll start from here, and you tell me what you want, and I'm like, that's perfect, because I get nervous that it's going to be too long, So I went with the
It's
most.
going to be on your body forever.
I know, but I went with the most.
And you're
basic.
paying them however much you're
Well,
paying
it cost
them for.
half the amount I was originally quoted for because I ended up just going with the most basic stuff.
Oh my God.
Why?
Because I get weird in those moments.
That's the other reason why I feel like you shouldn't even get it then. That's the other reason why now I hate it more. Because it's not even what you wanted.
No, but I do love it now.
You're forcing yourself to love
No.
it. You would have liked anything. They could have fucking hand printed the names, and you would have been like, "Oh, I love it.
No, that would have been.
Looks like a kid wrote it. It reminds me of them." Oh,
No, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. I just in moments where I'm going back and forth, I have a hard time saying what I want exactly.
And this is why I hate when you ask me this, because I don't want to put bad juju out there. I just don't like everybody that's on me is no longer with us, and I don't even have in loving memory
Like the Mets. They are no longer with us.
But I'm just saying, like, it's just like I don't like to talk.
Oh,
about
don't
things.
even say something crazy.
I'm not. I'm just saying. But these are the reasons why. Like, there's just other reasons why I wouldn't want their names on me.
All right. Well, yeah.
I think that N symbol might have been a good suggestion.
But
I think
I
that's
don't-
not a
I
bad-
think he needs to right now.
I think that's.
I think from how-
there's
Where would
the
it fit?
space for
You
it.
put it
There's
right
definitely the
above
space
here,
for it.
Little small n.
Eh,
I think the way it looks now, it looks like it's one name.
maybe.
One name that doesn't even flow. Like, because it's not in.
There's
it's
two
not-
M's.
That wouldn't be somebody you wouldn't name if that was the last name. That you wouldn't name some like. They're not like. It doesn't flow like a one name. Is what I'm saying. They're two different names.
Right.
It's not like a first last name. Brendan Ryan.
Two first names.
But
And
what
this
I'm
is
saying- it doesn't. Forget it, bro. You're missing it.
Well,
Millie
try to
just being
explain it
Billy
to me.
Madison.
I try
Millie
to.
Madeline is not, like if the last name if Rubber's last name was Madeline, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have named their daughter
Wait,
Millie.
you should just.
No, you're not. What it looks like.
It
is
looks
a
like a first and last name. It looks
Because
like-
they indented
Get
the second name.
get that first M, turn it into a B, and then restart on the other arm. So you have Billy Madison. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, and these are my nieces, Millie and Madison.
Yeah, I could always do that. Happy Madison.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Oh yeah.
her name is Madeline, first of all. You idiot.
But what I'm saying is, it
I
looks
was saying
like a
Madison.
first last name, but it doesn't flow like
Madeline.
because it's two people's first names that are like you're.
But it's
looking at me like
symbolism. It's
no
symbolism.
symbolism, bro. My point is, it looks like what it looks like. It looks like one person.
Right, but it doesn't. It's just, I just wanted the two names. See, that was the other thing. We went
If you
over
just
all
wanted
that.
the two names, why didn't you get them in two different spots?
Because I like the stack. I like the double stack.
So it should be stacked where they're both at the same. They start at the same. Like that looks like one name, one person.
I don't know what you're saying.
It looks like a person's name. It looks like, if you were to get someone's first and last name tattooed on your arm, that's the sequence
If you
you
went
would
down a
get that in.
glossary,
Yeah.
the first name and then the second,
The
last
the slight indent makes it look like
It's a
for the
last
listeners.
name.
Okay, it's the
So
top.
it's-
There's a name that
The
starts.
first name is Millie. It's up
Yeah.
top. And
Yes.
instead of the second name being directly under it, it's below it and over a letter.
Moved
The-
over. Yeah.
So it looks like
I had him hit the tab button.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say there
you
was
had
a
him hit the
tab.
tab button.
There was
Because
a
one name is
tab.
much longer than the other.
But
So-
it doesn't matter if it's you wanted them and you wanted them stacked. The
What
name
about
is,
a little bit
she
more
didn't center
space?
this. So if it was longer,
no. They centered it and they wrote it out, and it
you
looked,
didn't like the way it looked.
it looked weird.
I get it.
It looked very weird.
You should have put them at the same because it
It
just
didn't look right. I did it that way.
or more
I'm
space.
telling
did
you, it
did
looks
you-
worse this way. Then.
What about more
Well, you
space?
didn't
you
see
may
it
not
that way.
have think that?
That's
No,
what
because I know how it would look with that. It would be two names and one goes out longer. I get it.
No, but the way it was put together,
Space it out a little more. That's his. He's an artist. If your line is getting in the way of the top name, you have to.
no, he
space
spaced it out the right. He did it like three different. He goes, we can move over this, that. He did a few different ways. I just didn't. This is what hit
So you
me.
wanted it to look like it was one person. I got it. You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I
You
did.
nailed it.
They are one person to me. They're my nieces.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Then you nailed it.
I did nail it. See, I did.
Your
I
niece, Millie Madeline.
I love
Millie
that.
Madeline.
I love.
His niece, Millie Madeline.
But
You're an
also
idiot.
the
I won't even refer to the two.
this
Now one of them-
will be an
Good.
easy So if you ever have, it's a low bar to set for your potential future kids.
Yeah.
That's you could blow that out of the water
Well,
with your own.
I would.
Even a dog.
I would keep
Even if you
it.
get a
My
great
nieces,
family
but I want
dog.
the most basic tattoo describing them, and
Yeah.
I want it to look like they're
So
one
you could
person.
blow that out of the
You
water.
know, you guys are just jerks. You know, and that's fine.
Don't ask me
gesture
my
is-
opinion. I didn't want
the
to get
gesture
into
is grand.
Yeah, but you had good stuff to say before. You were like, and then you're like, nah.
The writing looks good.
Okay.
And it's a grand gesture.
It's not bad work. I don't like how you lined it up.
That was on me, and but I see that's not my issue. My issue is not how it lined up.
Because you didn't think of that when you did that.
No, again, they did it in multiple
What I'm saying
ways.
is you just it's one of those on the spot things where you don't think of everything that.
I'll tell you one thing though. When he did with the bottom name indented, and he showed me all three, I said I like that, and the tattoo artist goes, oh. And I was like, what is that? Oh, what does that mean? He goes, I wasn't expecting you to pick that one.
Yeah, because it doesn't line up how it should.
And I was like, well, you're the expert. Am I making a mistake? And he goes, no, honestly, I just didn't think you would pick that one. Because I was leaning towards actually moving the top over more and then having the second one indented. I didn't like the two M's on top of each other. Just the way it looked. Aesthetically, it didn't look right. But I did get nervous, but it was I was like, that's it, that's the one. It just hit me. I was like, this is it.
That would have been one if that was you put, Millie Vittorio.
Wow. All right. Well, we both have different opinions. We all have different opinions.
You know what I mean?
Well, what's
I
done is
don't.
done.
But what's done is done, and I
there
love
you
it.
go.
And yeah, it's fun. And now I'm in a tattoo
But
mode.
do
I want to get
like
more
it.
tattoos.
Well, that's what happens. I already
This is the bad time of year, though.
I know.
Well, you shouldn't get them now.
You shouldn't get them
I'm gonna
now.
wait a little while.
Yeah,
I hate
This
people
was
who are like,
small enough.
summer's up, I'm going to get my tattoo in the summer. Those are the people who
no,
should be
that's
not allowed to
amateur
get 'em.
hour. That's
Yep.
amateur hour.
Well, that's why I'm glad this got done.
yeah.
Now.
No,
But
you
I
can't
was
get.
supposed to get mine done, and
What
I
are
had
you
to
doing?
cancel. I have 3 lined up.
Oh, you have 3 lined
I
up.
will have a complete sleeve from my elbow down to my right arm.
What's happening over there?
You'll see it.
Oh, you're not even gonna tell me?
No, and then I'll tell you off air.
Better
And then
have
I'm
the
gonna
adult
get
babies in
something
it.
over here, and I'm getting a whole filler. I'll have my whole arms done.
Wow. So your appointments booked?
They were, and I had 3 booked in a row. Every 3 weeks, I had an appointment for 2 months.
All right.
And I had to. The first one, he had COVID. The second one, I think I was getting my vaccine.
All right. All
And
right.
and then now it's getting late. Now I'm gonna have to wait until fall.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see those.
I actually might do the amateur hour and just say fuck it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's not amateur hour based on your lifestyle.
It's not like,
Depends
you
what
go,
you're
it's not like
already
you're out on the
outside.
beach, though.
My arms are outside. Oh, look at me last year.
True. Yeah, you are. I already have him covering up an old tattoo.
You should cover up all
Not
your
this
old
one.
tattoos.
It's not what you think.
That one needs to get covered up.
I want
ASAP.
to laser it off.
Don't laser off. Spend the paint and get more ink. And get
But
a
I don't
nicer
want
one.
I don't want a tattoo there.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like the arms.
You don't like it because it sucks.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
don't even
the way
know
it
what that
looks.
is. I don't
He
even
doesn't
know
know
what
what
even
it
that's
means.
supposed
It's
to be.
I got Chinese lettering.
It means
That's
power,
Chinese?
Yes,
strength,
it's Chinese.
Unity.
Yes, it's Chinese. You can't even tell that's Chinese.
I don't know, man. I don't even know what it
What does
looks
it look like?
It
Hieroglyphics?
does look like hieroglyphics.
Well,
looks like you,
yeah.
looks like you and Millie and Madeline were playing tic-tac-toe on that arm.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like you dozed off on your college notes.
yeah. You're absolutely right. It does. Well, that's why I just want to get it removed. There's nothing I want to put on top of it, but I do want to get. I want to get a whale, a blue whale.
You could cover that. You could turn that into Long Island.
I could.
You could easily turn that into
So you
Long
wanna know
Island
what
on
I'm
your
getting?
forearm.
What?
So I'm getting a Notre Dame to go on the other side of my...
You're adding more sports.
one more. It was supposed to be on the original one with my Knicks and my Mets and my
Okay.
Giants, but we're just relocating where that is. So it's going on the other side of the Knicks one. I'm getting a blunt and smoke.
What?
You'll see it.
You're serious?
Yeah, that's serious. And I'm getting smoke as a... I wanted to have a filler around my Serenity Prayer here. So I was
So you're gonna
talking
get
to
a
my
blunt
artist
around
as I
the
was
Serenity
getting
Prayer.
this, and he's like, "We could do smoke," and I was like, "That's a good idea." I was like, "Could I have the smoke coming out of, like, we might have like a profile and like."
Is it going to be
blunt.
you?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might not do that. We'll see. And it's gonna be It's gonna be. Like
It's gonna look ridiculous. Yeah.
I don't care. I told you, I do them for me.
Oh, of course.
And it's gonna be that'll be covering my whole arm here, basically.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I do. I want the Alfred Hitchcock.
That's what I'm.
Oh, we have the perfect guy.
Yeah, there's a comic that we know that.
Do I know him?
No, you should.
That was kind of my thought. Was like
He gets
Alfred
pegged
Hitchcock,
every Wednesday night.
The Alfred Hitchcock profile with like a blunt going out and just using that because he wanted to put smoke as a filler around my around
Okay,
it.
all right. I like that.
And then on this one, it's going to be a complete Wu-Tang and Kung Fu related sleeve. from my
Wu-Tang
elbow
Kung
down.
Fu. All right.
It's going to look like the Liquid Swords cover.
Interesting.
That's kind of what I'm
all
going
right.
for.
I like that. It's just so funny that we have such different tastes with
And when I
stuff.
say Wu-Tang, all I really want, it's like what I showed him, what I showed my artist, and what it's going to be probably completely different than what I have. Like
Okay.
What it comes out to. But I just want, like, there were certain scenes from certain of those movies where I just wanted to see if he could kind of duplicate them in, like, that scene. Like, put those characters where on the Liquid Swords cover, and I want the Wu-Tang symbol somewhere in the
Okay. All right.
So it's not like a Wu-Tang
It fits you.
tattoo.
It fits you.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. People are, I don't really care. It's going to look great.
No, of course. So you clearly you don't care what other people.
And then I eventually want to get my whole thigh.
Jeez, you're going for it, huh? You got the money for all this?
Not right now. That's why you spread them out.
Okay. All right.
It's a lifetime pursuit.
It sure is.
I'm far from close.
My
I'm not
father
even close
is
to
in
done.
his 60s still getting tattoos.
Is
My
he
dad's
really?
inked up.
Really?
My dad is inked the F up.
Wow.
Hard body. Yeah,
My total goal would be both thighs.
arms,
Sleeves,
chest piece.
chest?
He's got a tattoo on his chest and on his stomach.
Oh my God.
He's got a tattoo on his back, legs.
Those will be when I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I already have my two calves, and the way they're set up, I probably wouldn't put anything else on them. I want to get both of my thighs. My arms will be done by the end of the year.
Do you have any tattoos?
I got none.
No plan on getting anything?
No, not really.
The no tattoo is cool now, though.
Yeah, it is.
Because
I don't
everybody
really,
has them.
Yeah.
I kind of made it this far. I don't really, you know, I don't know.
I
My
feel if you
dad
make
just
it
has
this
so many.
far-
I don't really have any thing that I would really. And also, I'm the guy like if I get like pen on my hands,
It bothers you?
It bothers me. So it's like I don't necessarily.
I used to never want it up here, and now the more I do it,
If
the
I
more,
get
and the
anything,
more-
it'd have to be on my back.
See, the more
Yeah.
accepted it is now too, and fit, and like
That's how I'm feeling.
I will put it anywhere now.
That's
Like,
why
the only thing I wouldn't like it on is my face.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting my hand. Like,
Yeah,
I
my
would-
dad has both the back of his hands, his entire
back,
arms,
like
literally
up
the back of his hands, and
Does
over
your
here.
dad
The
drive a
last thing I will do
motorcycle?
is get
He's a
something on
garbage
my
man.
stomach.
He's a garbage man?
Yeah,
So he's like, I'm just...
yeah, he's just inked, and
Yeah,
he's got
exactly.
tattoos from the '70s,
Really?
and
great.
he's
See,
like
that's
in the
cool.
process of
Finishing
getting them,
those.
or no, retouching them
Yeah,
up because like
retouching 'em
he's,
up, yeah.
you know, he's had them for freaking decades now. Like
That's
he
awesome.
was getting
After I do my
tattoos.
I'll never get my
He was
back.
getting tattoos when they were illegal. They weren't even legal
Really?
in New
It's
York.
It's all fucking
Yeah.
boat,
That's
fucking
amazing.
fishermen
That's why
who
people
got
were.
'em.
Yeah, it was all like Navy people and people in jail.
Navy and fishermen and jail tattoos.
Jesus
He went to
Christ.
Hawaii in 1984, and instead of getting a souvenir or anything, he just got inked in Hawaii.
Did he
See,
get it by any
Hawaii
like of those
84.
famous old tattoo
No, it's
artists?
not like the Polynesian. It's not that shit.
He never got like
No, he's
Sailor
more of like
Jerry
a
or-
he likes that style. He goes to whatever in Brooklyn, Smith Street or whatever the hell it is. But
Oh,
it's
really?
Like it's like that. He likes that Americana classic.
There's like
style.
2 places in Brooklyn that like have like they're still like old school.
Yeah,
like
he
some
does
of the
that
best.
stuff.
People who like those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
he
there's
does that
and there's
stuff.
like a young guy. That's,
My tattoo artist, because I went to basically the same guy for
you
every
go to
one
the
of
same
them,
guy. Yeah.
is generally speaking, it's just like traditional work
Mm-hmm.
is what he does. So even if you look at mine, none of them really look like they're all. No matter, they're not traditional designs, but they're done traditionally.
Okay.
Like colors and like you could tell. I don't know. I feel like they look like his work.
Yeah. I don't know his work, but yeah, I mean, they're your work. They're his work. I don't know.
Like I feel like you could tell the same person did almost all of mine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Like you could tell. Like it's I don't know.
uniformed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all sports and the troops.
All sports.
Let's not forget
and
the troops.
troops.
So you don't have any picks for us this week?
You know what it is? I've been watching a lot of I'm rewatching Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
really?
doing
I
rewatch.
feel like that's rare.
And
That
I've
is.
The
been-
people that are rewatching Game of Thrones, I feel like that's very
You know what?
rare.
Everybody bitches about it. It's still a great show.
In the beginning, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't like the last season, there's 7, 8 seasons of fantastic show.
Okay.
But I'm rewatching.
How
that.
far into it are you?
I'm up to season 3.
Okay.
And I've been watching older movies that I've seen. Like I watched Training Day. I just been there's nothing new that's out, and all my new shows are that I've already recommended are done. And it's summer gets tough, and there's not a lot of new movies coming out, and I don't like picking new movies. The new Mortal Kombat was pretty good. It wasn't great. I already did Mayor of Easttown, which is just getting going. I did, so there's really not much.
So
for me
you
to
didn't
pick.
have nothing. All right.
Yeah, there wasn't.
This is
And
the
I've been
first time since you started you didn't have it. You haven't had
Nah,
anything.
it's not the first, but it's we're very rare.
It is
it's
rare.
Just, and I've not. It's for no other reason than it's just I've been watching a lot of rehashing a lot of oldies. But
Chick does at the end of every podcast. Chick has 3. He does Chick's picks.
Nice.
Where he gives us some of his top movies or TV.
You know what I will say, because it's a season 2 of a show.
See, I
that
knew we could
picked.
talk him into something.
Hangar 1. No, because I forgot this just came out the other day, and I watched the first couple episodes.
Okay.
Hangar 1 is all about UFO.
Oh, there we go.
Big on it's a UFO show, and
Gotcha.
the first episode was UFOs during war, and it's about how there's been UFOs that have actually shot down boats, and during Vietnam and stuff they were around, and we're petrified of their technology.
Okay.
That's why all of our we stand down when we see them, we don't approach them.
Is it a
don't mess around.
scripted television show or is it a document?
It's a documentary,
docuseries.
but listen, I've seen a lot better, and I don't know, it's a pretty poppy one. You know what I mean? It's commercialized, but
got it.
it's still good.
Okay.
They had UFOs from underwater, and they pick a theme, and they usually dedicate the episode to stories about that.
All right.
And
I
it's
like
the second season, and it's on Netflix. It just came out.
that's not bad.
Hangar,
I did see.
Hangar 1.
I saw it come out. I haven't checked it
Yeah.
out. All right.
You know what? They're dropping all these new shows that are in different languages, and I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
But I have to be ready to watch and read subtitles and hone in. Of
course, yeah.
So I don't watch those right away, so I
Same
haven't really seen much else.
All right. Very good. So, all right. Well, I'm glad we got one out of you.
Yeah, I'll post it. But Hangar 1, Season 2. just
Hangar
came
1.
out.
All right. Nick Tardo, do you have any shows coming up? Anything you want to promote?
This coming out next week or when does this
It'll be
drop?
out probably tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Tomorrow. May 29th, I'm at One Eyed Jack's in Bethpage. It's a comedy and rap show, even though we said comedy and music doesn't.
What the hell is this?
So there is a local rapper
Uh-huh.
under the name of M Soul.
M Soul.
M.SOL. I guess he has
I like that.
a bunch of rap buddies or whatever, and he also does
Him and
comedy.
Click.
Yeah, so I guess he's doing a bunch of.
He does comedy too?
Yeah.
But I think he's transcended at this point into full rap, hip hop and rap.
Is he doing a set?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen.
He's gonna rap.
I guess so. All I know is I'll be on the show. I got a spot on the show. I'm doing comedy.
I kind
I
of want
won't
to
be
go to
doing
this.
rapping. It's gonna be off the chain. I could promise you
Yeah,
that.
it sounds like
It's not gonna be. I could honestly tell you this is gonna be unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, you
it's
know how to
gonna be
promote a
nuts.
show.
Yeah,
I'm,
it's gonna be nuts. I'm not saying it's gonna be.
good.
It might not be great, but it's gonna be
No, I think it
worth
will.
the price of admission for sure.
May 29th.
May 29th is
What day-
Saturday
it's
night.
I'm out.
Saturday
At
night.
Why I
What
can't
at
go?
Jack's.
Why?
May 29th, Manchester City just won
Oh, okay.
the semifinals of the Champions League, and the Champions League championship is May 29th at 8 p.m.
There we go.
Well, too bad.
Sorry, I actually would love to, but
You'll miss
I'm
one
wearing the
audience
shirt,
member.
I'm wearing my hat today.
I know.
I'm all
Damn.
in it.
You'll
But-
miss one audience member,
Yeah.
but I
So
plan on
that's-
being there.
Yeah,
I plan
it's
on
gonna be
being
a good
there.
one. Maybe I'll throw another after party. I don't know
Yeah.
if I can handle the hip hop after party scene.
Ooh,
though.
that could be rough.
Yeah,
That
it's
could be
gonna be
rough. That
after
could-
hours.
Never know
It'll
what
be
that's gonna be.
after hour stuff, but that'll be a lot of fun. And then just follow me on Instagram for
At Nick Tardo.
at Nick Tardo for any
For-
updates on my career
on
and
your
life.
And live. And also, you could also be seen at One Eye Jack's every other day
and
of
you
the
could
week.
just
so.
come to One Eye Jack's. You could. Chances are, if you stay there long enough, you'll see me.
And we do
Yeah.
want to give you a little something
Yeah,
for coming on.
it's customary.
There you go.
We thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You know, you
And,
don't have
we
to come all the way
appreciate
out here to Farmingdale.
Yeah.
So
Hicksville.
so,
Such a trek.
So
And
this is
while
for
you
you.
try and open that, let's shout out the Knicks, guaranteed 500 this year. Guaranteed at least a play-in game. Probably going to get in the 4 seed and host a first-round play.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
I agree.
something.
Yeah, loving the Knicks. It's just such a fun.
Love my Knicks and my Manchester City with the big win today.
Give it up for Manchester
Wow.
City too.
That's
All right,
big.
guys. If you made it this far, we
you
really
look?
Wait, hold
appreciate
on, let
it.
me
Wait,
see.
let's see.
I thought we were gonna do like a whole. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
the
you-
adult
you
baby's
get your little,
mug.
Adult baby.
The orange color.
There you go.
I was trying to see if it was red or orange. I couldn't really
It's
tell.
orange.
But
It's
it's
orange.
orange. I saw the blue one over
I
there,
got a
so this
blue
is the
one, yeah.
variant.
I got a blue one. My cousin got me this.
There
and
it is.
started a tradition.
How nice.
So.
This is very nice. Thank you
We're getting
very
a lot
much.
of guests these days, so it's
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
this
we
is
have
a-
to.
Well, we
This
can
is
start
very
getting them
nice.
shirts. We got other.
Yeah, we have to
got
start.
stuff.
We have to
Some
start
nice
getting
stuff.
other
This will
stuff.
get
Visit the
used.
Adult Babies merchandise store
Yeah, you could buy Adult Babies merch.
at the link that's on our Instagram
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
And review us. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, thanks again, Nick. Peace out.
All right. Nice. That was fun.
Awesome.